Oh, I hit the button. Yeah, I wasn't going to do it. So I really don't have a subject. Yeah, just too many subjects, I guess, is what I have. And so it's kind of hard to qualify myself down to something. Um, do that filtering thing. Yeah, see, I'm just, it's all by the concepts that just keep rolling through my head. And, wow, this isn't, I keep saying, wow, this really isn't difficult, and my the, the, my failure in being able to communicate, um, something that just seems so obvious, uh, kind of obvious. I mean, certainly once you see it, once you know how the magician did the trick, it's like, yeah, I should be able to explain that to somebody. Yeah, I mean, I know it. You can see it when you watch it now, the second time or fifth time or 400th time. You can see what he does. You can see the little trick, the sleight of the hand. And this philosophy seems to have an awful lot of that kind of stuff to it. Little plays with the words, little manipulations here and there that just bend certain doors open, certain doors close by how you use these words and how you manipulate the language. And that's all people are doing. Like I said, the fundamental, the glaring, I don't know what you could even call it, the slow motion film of the crime. Is this evolution. It's the context for our construction. And once you saw that trick, and once you see that, that being game to play, you can, once you put everything you do in that context, it just gets a lot easier to see, the tricks, the play, the why questions, sort of aren't complicated. So anyway, this relates to all these conversations. Any philosophical conversation about any subject always becomes some kind of argument, about people's preconceived notions, the rigidity of their faith in what they've accepted, and that's sort of. I mean, when you think that just being an adult, being 18 years old, let's say, you spent 18 years, well, okay, let's say you've spent a good 12 years thinking about your existence, thinking about what reality is, and doing it in kind of a panic. It's just, certainly in adolescence, there's lots of thinking, about your place in the universe, what you're going to do with your life, what's going to happen to you. I mean, those are thoughts that definitely will preoccupy you. When you're not completely just distracted by sex. But anyway, it's you're gonna, and so you're gonna draw conclusions. You're gonna accept a philosophy, a theory of reality, and march on. And either the future will validate that, or you will combat for your perception, against those who have some other perception. And certainly I'm in that category. And I have the liability, the risk, that I'm wrong and I'm defending a non-truth. Yeah, I mean, it's a risk, but I don't see any real probability that that's in the cards, and that certainly is the people I'm having to negotiate with, who are the ones who have glued themselves to garbage, and just keep remultiplying wrong over and over again, just refuse to hit the reboot button and clean their database of all the silly notions and stupid notions that drive them through their life. So anyway, this all comes up in the context of this scientific style discussion about quantum mechanics, and it's just this, it's exactly like philosophy. It is surprising that even when people have their let's be scientist hat on, it's the same arguments, the same arguing with, they'll call you dogmatic when they're relying on faith, essentially. Well, the scientist says so. 4 out of 5 scientists say so. Some kind of crap like that. And, so what are you going to do with that? It's like the person who, backs into being religious just because they're afraid to live the social separation. They're afraid to commit the social crime of being different, not being a Borg member and having the Borg look at you and try to figure out how they can body snatch you and control you and own you and cage you and censure you and punish you for your difference. Anyway. Oh, and then there's that bit of psychological funniness. It just is so funny how difficult it is. It's not, obviously, it's not obvious. Eventually, this will be resolved. And just going through this, getting it resolved in my brain process. It is, in the short term, to get to the long term, you really have to break it. You have to focus on the word, which means now your brain will focus on the word and throw it out here even more often. But in the long run, you'll defeat the word. So it's one of those things where you have to sort of pay in advance for your success. You have to accept more failure in the short run, to get to your better success in the long run. So these silly rules of life. They all just suck. All crappy rules. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that was an effort of... See, I wasn't thinking about fixing it, but my brain's thinking about it. I got my brain working on it. I just don't know it's working on it. So it sat there and the brain, saw the word and said, say oh instead, or so say something else. And so it just came out with some kind of half a word because it didn't know what to replace the bad word with. It's funny. That was another moment probably where it wanted to do it. And so it just paused the whole system and said, I don't have a word. We got to come up with another word. All right, we'll work on that, brain. Find another word. Tree. Okay, say tree instead. Yeah, that'll really be helpful. Make me a really great communicator. Tree. But that's a liability everywhere. The Q. I watched a half a day 17-hour video and it's all very horrible, but anyway, tragic. His life, his, well, it's not even, I don't know what it is, but anyway, I kept saying Q, up to the Q. I don't have any use for the Q. What the hell's a Q? I remember, I've heard it before. I said, oh, that's what it is. But my brain I don't remember what the fuck a Q was. Yeah, it's just kind of funny that, what the fuck's a Q? Anyway. That was a glaring error. So, continuing. Much work to do. Much work to do. Hot Like Day did, he made a couple of little Inmendham rags in his personal life story video. One of them was, he did say something like, Inmendham silly thinks that he can, write the perfect joke. Like I could construct a message in a skeleton key manner. And he just finds that preposterous. I find it preposterous not to try. Yeah, maybe it's not possible to construct an instruction manual that's so good nobody could fuck it up. Maybe it's not possible, but I think it is. Yeah, I think it's possible. And I think it's certainly, whether it's possible or not, it's a rational ambition. It's a perfectly rational ambition to try to make your message as universal as possible. So as an ambition, it's certainly a win. And whether you have a chance of doing it or not doesn't matter, because no matter how far you go down that road, you're just winning. So it only opens half the doors. It only opens a quarter door. It doesn't matter. It's all win. You just can't lose. People and dog.
Come here.
Yeah, that's what they all say. The dog's friendly. Yeah. I hate that shit. Oh, I'm sick of that shit. It's what I am. Oh, she never did that before. Oh, it never happened. Oh, that never happened before. Yeah, well, that's not going to glue my face back on, is it? No. Yeah, it really isn't. So, I mean, I've just been there and done that. And, a couple of times, radical change in my life was barely averted. And, just kind of, she's friendly. Yeah, does she eat somebody's face? Whatever. I mean, really, it doesn't matter if it's a dachshund or something else, but no, you got a dog with a 500 pound per square inch bite force, bone crushing teeth. Well, put it on a leash. Stick your gun in your pants. Blow your own shit off. Let your dog get all psycho and have no one else to bite but you. Anyway, that's a separate subject. Courtesy and politeness and such. I feel like crap. Not hard crap, but nonetheless, there's people out. It's a holiday. What are they doing? Yeah, I got called to work, which is weird. This was the guy I work for. Generally courteous. Usually doesn't do things that could be thought of as crass or rude or inappropriate. It just seems kind of strange, the presumptive, oh, Gary doesn't do anything on holidays. Gary doesn't need a holiday. But it really is true. Gary doesn't, so it doesn't really matter. It's just another day for Gary. So, yeah, no harm, no foul. Anyway. Where was I? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I do have some more videos to make. I do have a lot of stuff on my mind. Just putting enough of the argument together. I think I got a I got you kind of thing on the two slit thing. So I'll probably make a video on that. It's right out of the professor's mouth, so to speak. Right off of his chalkboard, anyway. There's no point. I'll wait to do that video, but I do want to sometimes just react to comments and just say that's bullshit, but it's not the right video for it. So I'll stick to the theme of this video, which is, yeah, well, maybe I can make it a Model 3 video. Let's see, can I? Is there modeling in here? Well, I think there's enough. Maybe I'll make it Model 3. I could try to pile on some modeling now. But yeah, we're basically modeling interaction, psychology, reactivity. Certainly it's a model in terms of your fundamental understanding of how the world works and what your place is in it. Certainly it's important whether you have a philosophy. There's a belated woodpecker up there. You can just hear it's a huge woodpecker. It just makes that really bonk, bonk, bonk sound. There he is. Right there. And that lump in that tree. Not a very big one, but he's pretty big. Size of a small chicken. Big, you know, big beak. So yeah, it's not like a regular woodpecker. No. It's like bonk, 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 bonk. And when they're hitting a hollow tree, you know, it's really loud. Anyway, so but that's the thing is we're just, you know, you have a model of reality, and either you have a model that includes mishy-mushy, wishy-washy, or you don't. These are important aspects, and I'm just saying there's a whole pile of crap that all these people have accepted based on no logic, no reasoning, beyond the fact that no one's proven otherwise. Like they don't have an obligation to assert a proof, rather than wait for somebody to prove the non-existence of, or the fallibility of. And you know, this is just a very dangerous way to do philosophy, where the requirement is you make a claim that can't be disproven, and therefore you say, that's all I need to do. You've completed your responsibilities for the day. And you know, I just don't think that's the way brains should function. I don't think that's how people should look at it. They should feel an obligation to do the work of explaining why what they're saying makes more sense. And they're not doing that. Because they can't do it in a lot of cases, right? Because all they're doing really is defending bigotry, you know, and you're going to have a hard time doing that rationally. Anyway, big heron there. No, one heron went that way. One went that way. Yeah, this pond really has scummed up nicely. 2 days of warm weather, and it's already gone to seed. It's kind of funny. It's you know, its health is so fragile that it doesn't take much to put it right over the ew. That's disgusting edge. I mean, it's just ew, disgusting. Oh, my back hurts. I really am. God. I mean, I guess to most people it just doesn't appear, but I really am. It's like I'm swimming in a bucket of molasses acid. I'm just trying to get some kind of peaceful breath now and then inside my brain. And I know it just doesn't, you know, I'm talking, I'm interacting, I'm all motivated, I'm all blah blah blah. Man, you would not want to have to live in here. This is hard rowing. Every day. But this is lovely. Yeah, it really is. This is kind of nice. Anyway, enough of the video. Thank you for your attention. If you've reached this point in the video and listened politely, I do appreciate it. Acknowledge your interest and courtesy, and I thank you very much. Until the next time, tree. Huh? Ow. Jesus. Carrying a camera hurt my back. Damn. Anyway. Oh, Gary did a tree. Right there in public. Anyway. Frickin' bushes. Come on, brain. It's just my brain swimming so hard. Ooh, snake. Stick. Maybe I'll whisper it. Maybe I can teach my brain to whisper. Enough. Till next time. And such. Ah, a lovely cigarette. Yeah. An old friend. Yeah, who quit smoking, but is smoking again. Was at work, and yeah, cigarettes. I only got 3, but yeah, it's 3 cigarettes. It's great. Yeah, well, anyway, so that's not much of a commentary. I'm supposed to be making commentary. Commentary is, I don't want to get wet. There, I did it. I succeeded. Muskrat hole there. Yeah, so, lovely day, really. Pretty much. For the most part. Yeah, and so half my work is done, which is good. A little more, and then the day is mine. So, what will I do with my open day? I think I'll make a snarky video on YouTube. Yeah, not very good. Anyway. I just got tired. Yeah, just now I got tired. Yeah, anyway. So until next time. So, maybe there's an add-on, maybe not. Maybe. Just good. So good.